Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Kyoka Jiro from My Hero Academia. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this one saying it's not going to be perfect. And what I mean by that is, when I do the ear plug things, you got to draw, I want to leave it hollow in the middle, so I got to draw each edge. That means it's not going to hit perfectly, and that's okay. I'm already fine with that. So that's why I'm just kind of letting you know that it's okay if ours don't end up being perfect. You know, it's life. It's how it is, and we got to be okay with making mistakes. So that being said, let's have some fun. Let's just get crazy with it. So I think I'm going to have her in kind of a foot back position. Maybe this one's kind of floating out. Okay, so there's that. Let's see, and then her boot here. Those big old boots. Then that foot like this. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of not really a jumping position, but kind of. It is, but it isn't. Does that make sense? Okay, oops. I'm doing the detail. And I've told you guys lots of times, don't do the detail. Get the drawing down first. Then you work on the detail. So, ooh, I like this. This is a good one. Ooh, you know what? Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Look at that pose. That is awesome. Okay. Sometimes it just comes together and it works, and you know, you got the perfect amount of jelly with your peanut butter, and the drawing comes out right, and the pose is exactly where you want to go, and you appreciate that good things work out, you know? All right, let's see. Okay, that'll work. So I'm running out of characters for My Hero Academia. This might be one of the last few ones because, well, I'm running out of characters. I don't know why I tried to find a better word for it, a different sentence, but exactly that. I'm running out of characters. So if there's anybody I missed, start letting me know. Anybody you want to see. But also, let me know if you even like these. I said this in a couple of videos past that, you know, it's okay if you hit that you don't like something on mine, because it guides me as to what everybody is liking and what you want to see, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. It's okay. Not everybody has to like everything, so I'm fine with that. But anyway, it shows me who's liking what and where I should go, you know? So if I miss something, let me know. Ooh, that's a big hand. That came out really big. If I miss one, let me know. And if, you know, you don't like him at all, then it's over. You know, don't worry about it. But now, that being said, don't be nasty. You know, I mean, yeah. Or you know what? If that's what you want to do, you do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I can always turn stuff off and block and you know, exactly. Anyway. There we go. That's a little bit smaller of a hand. I had it super big. Okay, so let's do this hand. What are we gonna do for this hand? Let's just do, how about we do smaller than that. But just that. Exactly out. We're we're gonna do kind of like this hand. And so when we draw stuff like this, it looks weird because right now you're looking at a real hand and that's foreshortened and nothing looks strange. But when you draw stuff like this, it ends up coming out a little strange. So let's practice that. Let's practice the strange, you know? So like this, and so that one's gonna look a little stubby, but that's life. You gotta learn to draw the strange stuff if we want to learn to draw everything. Okay. But sometimes too, it's better to not draw the strange stuff. Like, I did this myself, and one of my art teachers kind of pointed out to me that sometimes there's no need to put it in a drawing if it's going to look that weird, because there's no way of fixing it, even though you're justifying it. And what I'm trying to say is pointing out is, like, if you draw like a hand, like someone standing there and their hand is lifted straight and pointing at you like that, it looks weird and it's hard to pull that off. So it's almost better to just don't even do it, you know? Why do a bad drawing when you're the creator? You can always position it how you wanted. You could have done it better, and why put yourself through that, I guess is what I'm saying. Now, there's always, but what if? And you know what? It may call for it, and maybe you are hired to do something like that, and that was the pose, or that's the model. If you're in modeling school, or art school, and that's the where you're standing with the model, then there you go. You do it. You go for it. You know. But when you're doing stuff like this, and you're just positioning it all yourself, and you're making it up, why do that to yourself? You know, just make it work and make it look right. Okay, so I think I've got it. The trick here is going to be making her look real. Like I like drawing realish looking characters. So the trick here is going to be, how do I get this to look right and still honor the look of the character, you know? I think this will work like that. Okay, that might work. So now, before I forget, I need to draw the headphone jacks. Okay, so we'll do one like that. And this one we'll do super long, kind of, let's see, we'll have it flowing through the front. Ooh, that's going to be a challenge. Let's do it, though. Let's do it. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. I'm okay with that, and I'm ready to live with what I do. Because you know what? It's just a drawing. You can always do another one. You can always erase. You can always just have fun with it. Alright, so sketch is done. Let me erase some of these sketch lines and then we can get started with the Sharpies. We'll welcome everybody to skip to the Sharpie portion. I appreciate anybody watching any portion, but I just need the faint guide to get me going. And also I want the Sharpie to stand out, not this pencil sketch. I'm lightly rubbing over the pencil sketch with the kneaded eraser here. And the thicker lines are staying. The thinner lines, I was just sketching lines and lines and lines and lines. Those are disappearing, so it works out. Okay, I think I can still see it enough to get going. So let's welcome everybody who skipped. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point and can find things that the fine point can't quite find. So I've sketched the entire thing out. I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen and get in with the details. Now, I've already talked about this in the sketch. The ear plug things that we're going to be doing, they're not going to come out perfect. So I'm just telling you right now, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We're going to try, but don't get frustrated if it doesn't do it. You just start over and do another one. So I'm going to start off with her face, and I'm going to make sure I get the eyes right. So I'm going to draw the top of the eyelids and then build from there. So I'm going to do a line over like this. Do another one over like this. See if I've got them about level, and I do. That's about where I want to go. So now I'm going to add some retinas, the round, the color part. That. All right, so because it's so tiny, I can only add so many lines here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a dot for a pupil. Try to center that if I can. There we go. One's a little more round than the other, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it because it's working out and it's getting the point across. So for the bottom of the eye, it's going to bleed too much. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a line towards it, towards the center like that. A little bit of a line like that. Like that, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Now, I like to add just a little bit of like a thicker cat eye like this, just to represent makeup, like that. So I'm going to do it on both sides, and I just do it like this because there's only so many lines I can put with these Sharpies before they start to bleed into each other. So little things like that just accent that it's a girl with makeup for an eye. Now I know not everybody has cat eye, but it's the easiest way for me to draw something like this. So, okay, so for her hair, well, okay, a few things here. We're gonna do her brows, but her hair is gonna kind of cut into it. So I'm just gonna draw a line like that. I'll do another one like that. All right, cool. So for her nose and face, I'm gonna draw just some accents, okay? So for her nose, I'm just gonna come in here and do that. Maybe I'll just draw a little bit of the bulb like this, and I'm going to let color take care of the rest because any more is going to start to bleed. Maybe I'll add just a little bit of a bridge like that, and that's it. I'm going to walk away. So for her mouth, I'm going to give her a little bit of a smirk, kind of like that. Now I can draw the bottom lip, real tiny, top lip like that. So she's got just a little bit of a smirk of a face, okay? So that means I can draw her chin right here. And now I'm going to start to thicken stuff up a bit too as I'm working, because when I come back with this Sharpie, it's going to be super thick. So I'm kind of preparing for that, okay? So I'm going to come up here and draw her jaw. Let's do the other side over here too, just so we can kind of keep it all together at the same angles and width. So I'm going to come up here and draw her cheek. Come in like this. Draw this cheek like that. Come in a little bit. And the nice thing too about starting to thicken stuff up is I can correct myself. So when I got a little off, I just go back and hit the line again, delicately, to try to smooth it out. And I'm only doing that with Sharpies. If you're working with a pencil, you do what you got to do. Don't pin yourself down. Now, before we go any further, I think we need to do the ears because those are in front of everything, and that's also going to help us with where we're going. So I'm going to draw an ear over here like this, do another one like this, and the hair is going to start to cover stuff up. So I'm just going to draw like the inner part of the ear, and then that's it. So now I'm going to draw those big old long loops, and I talked about this, that I'm going to draw each edge, which means I'm trying to leave a hollow in the center, and it may not be perfect, but I'm going to try. It's okay if it's not, but I'm going to try. So I like to do the outer edge first, and then I'll do the inside. Just do whatever makes you comfortable. So I'm going to do it like this. Now I'm going to to do the other side. I'm going to do it parallel, and I'm going to try to make it straight. But it's okay if it's not across. I'm going to try. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. That works. So now I'm going to do the end of the input jack. And that's going to be more of a straight edge. Like that. And then just do the part that plugs in like that. Okay? So now let's do the other one. This one's a little bit bigger, so we got more of a longer line. This one I can kind of get away with because I was very, very short. This one's longer, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get crazy. So this one I'm going to draw like this. Now, I know that's a long line, so I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to probably have to pick it up, but that's okay. It's no big deal. So again, I'm trying to keep it parallel. Ooh, look how fat that came out. But that's okay. That's all right. Okay, and yeah, I picked it up, and that's okay. I'm going to reposition myself to try to... You can turn your paper, but since I can't, I got to try to reposition myself to continue the line. And there, it's not perfect. It's kind of jumbled up right there. But that's okay. All right. Now, this is hard because I can't turn my paper, but I'm going to do the challenge. Let's see, which is a better way. Okay, let me try it like this. A little bit more. Okay. Oops. That went in way too much, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. Like that. All right. So, because my hand is a little shaky, that's okay. So you can see where I reconnected, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't stress out about the little things. We're going to do like we did over there. Just draw the end of the input jack. Done. We're done. Okay. So, for the rest of her, I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie with a mix of this. So, I'm going to draw her hair, and I got her kind of hair parted on the side here, so I'm going to draw the edge like that. And let's see. I'm going to draw her hair kind of like this. And I know she doesn't have like a lot of these little wisps, but I think it's going to stand out and look good if we do that. So I'm going to do something like this. I'm trying not to hit that line that I just so delicately drew, so I'm trying to be careful about it. And let's see, her neck's going to be right here. Okay, and I'm going to add some more detail to that hair in a second. I just want to draw the basics of it. And that'll help us with where we're going. Okay, inside of her neck right there. All right, oh, let's do the top edge. So, since it's parted, we're going to do this. And kind of up and over like this. There we go. All right, so now I'm just going to add like some lines to show that, yeah, it's parted on the side here. Okay, so let's do one last one like that, just to kind of draw those lines in. Okay, maybe not one last one. How about like that? All right, so this will just kind of play around with the hairline. Okay. All right. Cool. How's yours looking? Awesome. Ooh, you know what? Before I forget, let me draw her little choker collar that she's wearing right there. Here we go. All right, so now it's gonna be pretty easy. We're just drawing a jacket and shirts and pants. So she's got her collar popped a little bit, so I've got it up like this. Got to be careful not to draw through that line. All right, and it's coming back down here like this to the front of the jacket. I'm going to draw the bottom edge like this, or the inside edge, I guess. Connect it there. Okay, there's her shoulder. And then I was drawing some real, and I like to show that there's bends in it, that it's not armor, it's not cloth, it's not skin, it's cloth. So cloth will bend with what you need, so I like to show that. And it also kind of makes your picture come alive. You know, it gives you some pizzazz. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this arm since we're here. So I'm just going to draw the coat out. There's the sleeve. And again, just a few creases and folds. And you don't have to do the exact ones I'm doing. I'm just kind of showing you how I'm doing it, just to, you know, make it come alive. So I talked about this in the sketch. The hand is kind of like this, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. This is going to be foreshortened straight at you, but we're just going to do it. We're just going to get crazy with how it is. So just bear with me. So for the wrist, the cuff, I guess, yeah, that's a cuff of the glove is kind of flared out a little bit. So we're just going to do that. Connect it for the wrist in there. So the hand is coming out like this. Now this pinky is kind of in on itself, so I'm just going to do that, and then we're going to add some details later. But you see how it's kind of curved in? Now this one's curved a little bit more out. This one's curved out even more. I know it looks weird, but just trust me, when we get to the details, it'll make more sense. And then this one's sticking completely out. Okay? Now we're going to get to the thumb. Now, yes, looks a little weird, but remember, we're gonna fix it with the Sharpie. So this one again is curved in. So this one's curved down like that. And there's the top of the knuckle like that, if that helps you. We'll say there's the top of the knuckle for that one. Then this one is kind of curved like right there. Okay? There's the inside where the glove's touching, where it's creased. Like that and that. Alright, so we're going to draw some lines for the glove. Just to show that it's got, you know, bends in it. Because it's a hand and it's creasing the glove all the time. So there you go. So you got kind of a curved hand there. To show you can draw something like that. It's a little weird looking when you draw it, but altogether it makes sense, you know? And that's what you're going for, the big picture. Alright, so here we go. So now I'm going to draw this part over here, this part of the jacket. And this one's kind of flying out a little bit more. Like this. Here's the shoulder. So this arm is going to be bent. Okay, let's go ahead and draw some creases and folds while we're here. Go ahead and connect that real fast. Okay. And now this glove is going to be back. I can't even show you, but trust me. So we're going to draw the wrist. The flared out glove like that. And so I'm going to draw the back of the hand, the pinky, like that. And again, curl in the other ones. And then this pointer finger, the index finger, is going to be, let me show you where the thumb is. That. So coming through here, straight out, like that. Okay. Again, let me add a little bit of detail here. Let's clean this up a little bit too. And that'll help with where those are bent. Right. There we go. Awesome. Ooh, that's a little... Now it should have been more like that. That'll work. Okay, so Now we're going to draw her shirt, and I'm going to add the ripped parts in a second. So we're going to draw her shirt like this, and I'll clean it up over the little earpiece thing in a second. I just didn't want to draw through it. Okay, so I'm going to have her shirt kind of down like this, and let's draw the rips in her shirt real fast. Let's do like that, just to give us an edge. And then we're going to draw some rips. Again, I'll clean this up real quick. Like that. Same thing here. And draw a rip. Kind of like that. And I wanted to do it with this smaller Sharpie, just to accent that it's, you know, a different line. It's not the exact same thing. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now we're just drawing her legs, basically. Legs into the boots. So come down here for the knee, like that. And since her pants are pretty much into the crotch right there, all we gotta really do is come down here. There's the knee. There's that knee. To the pants, like that. And this one, since it's bent back, we're just going to basically do this. Okay. And I'm going to draw the boot foreshortened. And then the top of the foot. Like that. Now I'll add some detail there in a second. And here, just the big old boot. Like that. Same thing, top of the foot. Okay, so let's just add a little bit of extra detail and we'll be done. Okay, so let's see, we'll say you can see that part of the crotch, and then some stretch like that. That makes it come alive. Bends and folds make it come alive, I'm telling you. All right. So there's the knee. We'll just draw some creases in the pants. Simple stuff, you know, nothing too crazy. And then we'll add the detail of the boot like that. Again, because it's foreshortened, you can only see so much of it. And this one you can see more of. So we'll do that. And then pretty much just like that, just kind of looks like a little bend in the boot. So yeah, I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Kyoka Jiro from My Hero Academia. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.